Hey guys, Kim Java here. So today we have rented a Model Y, and not just any Model Y, it is a 7-seat Model Y, because honestly, I am debating canceling my reservation for the Model X and just going with the 7-seat Model Y. So we're gonna take this thing up to the mountains with our family of 5 and take you guys along for the ride with us. So let me tell you how we got to this point. We ordered a refreshed Model X in June and sold our 2018 Model X in September. We had a cash offer, so we did not want to let it go, and at that time, the used car market was surging, so we sold it for $85,000. But what we didn't realize is the market would only get hotter. And with that said, and cash now in our hand, I am left wondering if we should now get a 7-seat Model Y and use that $40,000 difference as another investment into Tesla, or maybe even into something else. I'm thinking that I want to do the middle seat down as well. So there's so many different ways you can configure the 7-seat Model Y. You can fold each seat independently, and this is not something that you can actually do in the Model X. 7-seat Model X, it is actually a 60-40 split, so you can't fold middle row independently like you can do with the Model Y. This allows for maximum flexibility within the 7-seat Model Y. It'll make it a little bit easier if I need to hand him stuff. So we have this giant rear-facing seat for the baby that I'm gonna put into the Model Y. One of our issues with this in the Model 3 is that you can't put the driver's seat back all the way, so we'll see if the Model Y makes any kind of difference with that. You're not sitting there, girl. That's Liam's seat. This seat is so heavy. I need falcon wings! Okay. I don't even know what that was. Hardest part about having kids by far is car seats. Right. Looks like this fits if I put this seat back and the seat forward. Yes, this room here. So you guys ask us this question almost every week. Should I get a Model X or should I get a Y? And honestly, I go back and forth myself about this almost every day. So this summer, the price spread between the X and Y was around $35,000. And today, the spread is closer to $47,000. But one qualifies for a massive depreciation bonus, while the other for a massive tax incentive. More on that though in a minute. But after making so many videos with the 7-seat Model Y as we have now, I was really more confused than ever. You get so much for this car. Yeah. That you could buy like a second Model 3, and
which is our plan. So saving that 45 grand to be able to get both cars, I mean, it was pretty much a no-brainer.
So you could technically get this, and if it just really doesn't work for you, then you could sell it and get the model.
But then you have to wait months because they're so...
Well, you don't have to sell it 3 months before you get in your car.
That was him. That was all him. He was like, right now is the time to sell. If we wait, we might lose out on this opportunity. We actually locked in our Model X order at its cheapest price point, $89,000, with a January delivery date. However, today, that same Model X costs $105,000, and your delivery date is now as far out as March 2023. Yes, that is 16 months from now. So in essence, we could take delivery of the new X, drive it around for 6 months until the Model Y is available, and then sell the X and still come out ahead. But none of this even matters if the Model Y can't work for our family of 5. Okay, only Liam would want that seat back. You like that? Yeah. What's interesting though, if you do have a baby that's rear facing still, and you basically can't have anyone sit behind them because you have to have this seat all the way back in order to fit the rear-facing car seat. So don't plan on using the seat behind them. Backing out of our driveway here. Initial observations are that it feels like I'm driving my old Model X. Definitely more an X feel than a 3 feel. I think it's because you're sitting up higher on those risers and you can't see the front of the car, kind of similar to the X. It's very comfortable though. So the difference is not as significant as I thought it might be. And maybe that's because I'm coming from a Model 3 this time as opposed to my Model X. But right now it feels really good, and the kids fit in here pretty well once we got the car seats figured out, and it's a $40,000 difference, which is huge. So far I feel like I don't know. Maybe I should go with the Model Y. We'll see how the rest of the drive goes, the rest of the day goes. But we fit in here and we have room. So if you're looking at both the Model X and the Model Y, it's pretty easy to be turned off right away because the price spread is almost 50 grand, like more than a lot of people's salary, 50 grand. But lucky for us, when we did lock in, it was only 35 grand, still a ton of money. But really, it is not even quite that simple. So with the Model Y, starting January 1st of next year, you could essentially qualify for an $8,000 tax incentive, whereas the Model X, that does not apply, but it does qualify for Section 179 deduction, assuming that you own a business and use the vehicle for that purpose. So that allows you to deduct $25,000 plus the rest of the cost you paid for the car. Basically, you get to write off the entire purchase price for the first year that you place it into service. So we've actually done a video on this topic, and I will go ahead and just link it right here for you guys. And for a lot of people, this makes the Model X the least net expensive of all the Teslas in its lineup and a financial no-brainer if you do qualify. And again, the gap narrows quite a bit. Now, I want to remind you that this is your last chance to enter the Charity Stars fundraiser and get a chance to win a Performance Model Y. Your donation goes to support an incredible charity, and you can donate as little as $10 and get a chance to win a 2022 Performance Model Y. And the best part is that they will actually pay the taxes and shipping for you if you're in the US. The Performance Model Y gets a 0 to 60 of 3.5 seconds, almost 500 horsepower, and over 300 miles of range. Donations benefit the Jamie Kimball Foundation for Courage, whose mission is to create a future without intimate partner violence. The cool part about this charity is that not only do they pay the taxes and shipping, but the winner also gets $10,000. To enter the sweepstakes, visit www.charitystars.com/KimJava and use coupon code KimJava to get 500 free entries on any purchase, or click the link in the description and the free entries will be applied automatically. All right, let's get back to it. So let's set the record straight and answer this question. If you've got a family of 4 or even 5, is the X a better buy or should you go for the Model Y? So to be completely honest, it is really hard to compete with the 2022 Model Y. For starters, you're probably getting the best all-around car Tesla has ever built. For about 55 grand, you get 7 seats, 330 miles of range, and 76 cubic feet of space. The third row, though, is tight, really tight, but it does work if you're in a pinch. But honestly, I'm not even sure the kids would enjoy 6 hours back there on a road trip. The front trunk is also significantly smaller than the Model X front. It has about 7 cubic feet of space in its front versus the Y, which is closer to 3 cubic feet. The Y also has the new dual insulated glass, so you get a really quiet cabin. And of course, you've got a massive panoramic roof as well, and a normal steering wheel.
I'm gonna do the driving sound, it's really funny.
With the refreshed Model X, you get 7 seats, 350 miles of range, and 88 cubic feet of space for about 85 grand if you qualify for its business incentives. The front trunk is much larger, the third row is much roomier, especially if you have the 6-seater, and you also get features like active noise cancellation with microphones built into your seats to detect and cancel road noise. And we recently found out that the refreshed X battery is 14% lighter, the battery has 13% improvement in energy density, and its curb weight is 4% lighter too. But don't worry, because it is still heavy enough to qualify for Section 179. And of course, the X has a buttery smooth air suspension, vented seats, a panoramic windshield, auto present, and falcon wing doors, which we have found insanely helpful in our tight garage for ingress and egress, and also when strapping the kids into car seats while it's raining. And yes, you get the yoke steering, which I am nervous but also excited for at the same time. And it's definitely heated up a lot. So I turned on the air and realized that in the third row, there's no vents. So in our Model X, we do have vents in the third row. Right now, it's not too bad, but in the heat of summer, that could be a problem. So we're up in the mountains grabbing a bite to eat. And of course, we see a Ford Mach-E, and then we see another plug-in right here.
Although not the kind of plug-in you'd expect to see.
So we've been driving around now. It took us about 2 hours to get up here into the mountains. Gives us an idea of what it's like in that car with our family, how everybody works. I know you can watch a lot of videos, but you don't really know until you put your kids into a car how they work. Here you go. She wants my sunglasses. So far, I'm really liking it. I'm tempted to look at the Model Y configurator and kind of see like what I would go for if I did it that way. See when I would actually be able to get my car, because we all know about the chip shortages, and see what the difference would be between that and my Model X when I actually lay it on the line. So here's another thing I've noticed. A lot of stuff is so much more refined on the Model Y when I look at our old Model 3. Again, we have a pretty early Model 3, but just closing the trunk, it's like, so I don't know if you guys saw that, but it almost like, you can see, like this feels a little more flimsy, but also makes it easier to close. So, oh, and there's Model S right there. So we've been driving the car around all day. We are almost home right now, and the more I think about it, I love the Model Y. I just feel like for what you're spending on the car, you get so much, and it does work with our family. It works. Yes, the Model X is definitely, it's bigger, the wings are better, it has all kinds of little features that I do prefer, but the price tag for this car is just, it's more what I feel comfortable with. And for me, I don't know if that extra $40,000 is worth it just for a couple extra features that I do like. My husband, on the other hand, says the complete opposite. He's been driving around the car with us, and he's like, no, I definitely feel like we need to get the X. So I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do. Probably just gonna go ahead and keep our X reservation for now, because if you look at the Model Y, we can't even get it until March. So I'm not willing to wait that much longer for a bigger car. Right now we are sharing our Model 3, and it's too much. So I'm kind of bummed that we didn't order the Model Y initially and that we went with the X, but I don't know. I could take that extra $30,000, $40,000 and invest it in Tesla, and then, you know, buy the Tesla van when that comes out. All right, thanks for watching, and I'm really curious what you guys would do if you were me. So let me know in the comments and help me make my decision. And if you enjoyed this video, the best thanks that we can get is by pressing that like button and checking back with our channel from time to time. So we have over 250 Tesla and EV related videos on our channel, and some of my favorites are actually ones that the YouTube algorithm did not share with a lot of people, like this one that we made a few months ago about the Tesla metaverse potential and NFTs and how they all fit into this space. So make sure you check it out, and thanks again for watching.
Do you like the Model X better? What do you like better about the Model X?
That has the games and it has more space and the wings are cool.
Yeah.
Like the new games that are coming in the refresh Model X. You like not having Liam next to you so he can knock you in the face with his cast.
He is back there somewhere.
I think he fell asleep.
There he is.
So there you have it. I guess we will keep our reservation with the X. It's a case of shoulda, woulda, coulda. What do you guys think? What have you done if you've been in this dilemma? What should we do? Maybe we just need to buy the X and the Y and then
Nice compromise.
sell this Model 3. That's what we need to do.
That's what you get when you wait. You have to get two.
All right, so think about this for a second. So had the Model Y actually been available when we first bought our very first Model X, and we had taken the difference in the price and put it into Tesla, back then, that was what, 6 years ago? 7 years? How long ago was that?
The reservation, 2015, so yeah, almost 7 years.
How do we put that difference that, you know, actually it's more than $40,000 back then, into Tesla? We would be millionaires.
Teslainaires.
We'd be Teslainaires. So that alone makes me think like maybe we shouldn't be spending this much money on a vehicle. Maybe the Model Y is good enough. I don't know, food for thought.